Okay, last time I told you I'd tell you about some things that people are worried about around the world. Uh, the Bohemian Club. Uh, it's nothing to worry about. They're not dangerous. They're 2,000 of the pretty wealthy men. Actually, you don't really have to be wealthy. If you got $25,000 to join and you don't mind waiting 15 years, that's how many members they got. Brad Mesker, I think that's his last name, Mesker. He does things on conspiracy theories, and he did one on that, and he thought there was something going on because of so much security. But if you got that many rich men in one place, you've got to have security because it's not hard to kidnap one of these people. There's only men there. One famous line I can think of, maybe it's not famous, but people are so busy making, these people are so busy making money that they don't have time to spend it. So these guys take some time out, get away from their families, go to a place, have a few drinks, put on plays. That's all it is. It's not really anything to worry about there. Uh, Shadow government. The shadow government is not what you think. It's not another government. It's the shadow government they said was put in place by George Bush, but I don't think so. I think it's always been there. The shadow government is the government. Uh, uh, what they consider the shadow is, well, the government's say if riots are breaking out all over the place or something like that. Excuse me. Uh, they could call martial law and stuff like this. This is what they mean by the shadow government. It can put in effect emergency measures to govern the country properly. That's the shadow government. Nothing to worry about. Uh, Luminata. Luminata was started in Bavaria. They figured it was stamped out there, but uh, some say it was integrated into the government there, and it was brought over here. It's and brought over by word of mouth. Whether the system itself is here, it's hard to say. Uh, I know some of the richest men are considered richest men, not just women and men, are considered part of the Illuminati. I don't see anything really there right now to worry about. They're not the ones trying to take over the world, or you ain't gonna believe it. Well, it's hard to believe. Look, if you don't want to listen to these videos, I'll tell you right now. Share them. It might be interesting to somebody else. Uh, anyway, so Illuminati, it's iffy. Uh, I don't think they're trying for a new world order, if that's what you're thinking. The Masons, well, the Masons been around for a long time, uh, and they keep a lot of secrets. They collect arts from all over the world. Old, some of them are old. The cornerstone of the White House, not the White. Well, they don't actually. They don't even know where that cornerstone is. It's supposed to be in the right-hand corner of the White House, but it's not. Some say it's in the left-hand corner. They can't find it. They believe the Masons got it. They got part of it. They got a piece of it. Whether they got the whole thing or not, there's nothing in that. But they figure, like you put a box like people graduate and open on your graduation day. You know, you bury it someplace or hide it someplace. That was what was in that. When the White House was first burnt down in New York, they dug it up, and I think it was Truman said, "Okay, no more digging." Whatever Truman got was over there anyway, and he put see the secrets of the Masons makes you wonder about them. The Kabbalah, the Cabal, not the Kabbalah. They're two different things. The Cabal, they consider it Jewish. Uh, is part of the Masons, and uh, well, this one's a little bit trickier because all the research I did, uh, they just keep a lot of secrets. So, you know, whether they're harmful to the country or not. Uh, yeah, but I don't know if I missed any. I mean, there's a lot of clubs around the world. Actually, the Masons most of them are churchgoers. Uh, an ordinary citizen can be a Mason. You don't have to have money to be a Mason. I'm not a Mason, by the way, but I'm just telling you. Anyway, that's the only thing I find that they're keeping too many secrets. Whether they're dangerous or not, I'd say no. I'd say no. Now they go. They talk about a lot about Nostradamus, his predictions. They said, well, he failed when he said part of England was going to fall off. Then I got thinking about that. Well, did he? Well, actually, uh, Nostradamus. Well, I'll tell you later. Uh, uh, well, okay, he said part of England was going to fall off. So I said, well, they say part of England, it doesn't happen in England. But remember, Nostradamus wrote in quatrains, and you had to figure these things out. So I said, well, Ireland's always been trying to separate. Maybe that's what he meant by part of England falling off. That's my own interpretation. That's nothing, you know. So that's what and then they got all these conspiracy theories uh, uh, about, you know, Nostradamus influenced that, influenced the. But the Mayans, of all the cultures, they say there was a lot of smart cultures way back, but the Mayans were always the smartest. The Mayan calendar is not going to be the end of the world. You can forget about that. And when it stops, it's not. You just stop it. The Mayans were famous for reading the stars, and this is the part you won't believe. They show pictures, and if you look at the pictures the right way, uh, these are people sitting in a spacecraft driving the space, you know, launching off into space or something like that. And they believe these were the leaders of the Mayans at that time, and they taught them how to read the stars and, you know what's going to come or can tell these things. But the Mayans were violent people. They believed in blood sacrifices. They sacrificed somebody every day. And now there's 190 million people around the world seeing flying saucers. I haven't seen one, but there's a person in my building. He said there was 20 people with him when he seen one. So for us not to figure that we're the only people in the world is uh, kind of I don't know. I mean, God has made Earth in 6 days, rested on the seventh. So he must have had time to go out there. There's planets out there they're finding now through the Tesla. No, not Tesla. Kepler. Kepler telescope. There might be planets out there in another universe that we can inhabit. There's a lot more to these stories. Uh, but you got to believe that there's other worlds that are inhabited, and they're visiting Earth. These are the people that are making powerful people, and uh, and uh, they're well, there's a name I want to mention, but I'm kind of scared to mention his name because you try looking him up on the internet, and you'll run into pretty well a blank page because you ain't gonna find it. But someday I'll tell you, maybe soon. Anyway, he's not dangerous. He's just here's the danger: the banks. I've always said this, and I always said about the weather is controlled by man too, which I still believe to this very day. And but the banks are controlling everything, and right down to the fine point of it. That's it. The banks are the ones in control. They made themselves when the depression, repression, depression, hard times, good times. The banks always made money. Before depression, they foreclosed on a lot of properties. This has been going back way back to the Civil War times. They uh, the people can't afford to pay for their land and the buildings, so they take it away from them and they fix it up a little bit and sell it for 10 times as much. They're the only ones that make money, and if they say the banks are going broke. Well, it's poor management, but I don't think any bank goes broke. Plus, they all got insurance too, so your money's insured in the bank. Uh, I think this is the bigger danger. The monetary system and the way the banks are handling it right now is the biggest danger there is. Hope my bank don't kick me out for this. Anyway, I've got no money there anyway, but so that's who I think is the biggest. The banks. They capitalize on everything. The leaders of the world, this country anyway, is an idiot. I don't care if he knows it. I think he's an idiot. Uh, he works for me. I don't work for him. You know, it's my tax dollars, and I do pay taxes. Uh, that I should have the right to fire him, shouldn't I? Huh? I never thought of that. Because he's not doing a very good job. He's running around taking armored cars. It's costing us a fortune while our what do you call it, ADT, the stuff, not ADT, but it's post-war syndrome anyway. And these people ain't getting the help they need. There's no need of us going to war. Why the hell don't we just stay on our side of the world and leave the other side of the world do what they want? Build up our defenses. Have well, you gotta have spies, to make sure that they're not coming here or whatever. Uh, I mean, uh, that's about all I've got to say. As far as organizations, they're just organizations. Like I said, the Masons they keep too many secrets that we really don't know what they're doing. But I don't think it is to control the world. I really don't. The only ones I worry about is the banks. Thank you very much. Peace out.